Thank you, Nina, for the kind introduction. So I think Michael said earlier that he has a graveyard shift of the speeches today. I think I'm the one. But bear with me. I have some nice news for all of you guys. Before we go deeper into the digital topics, I think it's really important, like what Nina mentioned, there's a whole digital team doing the things that I am about to present. So the core team, who are the makers and doers of the things I'm about to present, I would like to introduce them properly to you. So could you please stand up, AETC Digital Task Force. We have Aurora from Arctic Norway, Tourist Board. We have Maria Nystad also from Arctic Norway, Tourist Board. And we have Petter Norén from Arctic Sweden, Visitors Board. Perfect. Thank you so much. So I've been so lucky for picking the brains of these digital experts and specialists for the past 3 years. And yes, we have been agile. I have to say, the funny thing is that working with very deeply in with the AI and digital themes and everything, when the four of us get together, it somehow always goes to the fact that, everything should be non-digital. We should go offline and off the grid. And that would be just perfect to dive into simplicity. Yeah, you heard right. We sincerely think that the gem of not only tourism, but life in general happens in real life, in genuine environments, meeting people, and authentic interaction. I think I pulled the carpet under my feet there, but nevertheless, don't be fooled by that. I'm still here to showcase our aspects on what we have been doing. So I also have about 30 minutes to walk you through 3 years. So here we go. Hold on to your seats. So first of all, how we started out within this project was that we were really wanting to know where you guys are in terms of digitalization. So when we started, we did a digital screening. So that was a quantitative approach to know where our participating 110 companies are. And at that point, when we were conducting this, it was a couple of years ago. So we were a lot concentrated on where are you with the web pages, sales, marketing online, what platforms are you using, Google, Meta. And at that point, it was end of 23, beginning of 2024, AI was not a huge topic and a part of that, not yet. So as we did this questionnaire for you guys, where are you? We also had a qualitative aspect. About 40 of the companies had intense one-on-ones with Maria and Aurora, where we were interviewing you. Well, based on everything this, and also the questionnaire we pulled out with the what sales platforms, so now only sales platforms you use, we found out that there are altogether almost 60 different platforms for selling your services and products. That's quite massive. So also here comes maybe a little bit of a pain point there, that how do we cope with all of these platforms? Well, along the way, of course, new and constantly changing AI tools became to be more relevant, and we took up on those. We have had so far 15 different upskilling webinars you can find from the Arctic Europe Tourism Cluster YouTube channel, so you can check those from there. And we have 3 more to come in May. So you will all get an invite, and these are open for the public as well. So we will go ahead and keep on upskilling ourselves. Well, what you can conclude where we have gone during the project is from basically going from digital presence to AI readiness, and the capabilities of making the AI work for you, and to how to really work with the AI. So now I'm wanting to talk to you more about what we have done, you could say marketing-wise. So this is also to complement what we heard from Johanna and Andreas just now. So everything I'm about to present is in parallel activities complementing the big brand marketing we can see on the upper scale. There, they are working very strategic, Johanna and Andreas, and the rest of the brand marketing team. But for us, within the AETC digital team, we get to have a little bit of a playground of the digital test arena. So we are pinpointing and testing different things. You can see my presentation. This was one of our testings. We wanted to see if we could make the presentation slides a little bit more alive, but not in a ways that it would be too heavy that it wouldn't roll. So we've been testing these kind of smaller things, but then bigger things as well. Well, obviously, our main focus has been to reach the end travelers in our many times today mentioned target markets. And here you can see basically 6 of our primary bigger experimental activities. So what we did very first when we began, about the same time when we started the questionnaire for you guys of the digital screening, we were thinking, how do we reach people today? And someone said to me, then when we were about to do this, and along the way as well, that newsletters, they are old-fashioned. I think that we have found out that they are not. They are very valid tools when we want to reach our desired audience. And this is often obvious reason, because then you really grab the attention of your desired customer who is already interested in what you are saying because they submit their contact information for you. So that's the bank, or the bucket as we call it, that we wanted to fill with people who show interest from the target markets towards Arctic Europe as an area. Also, what we wanted to do, this was one of our experiments as well, we wanted to start from scratch. And we also had to start from this scratch, even though there was mailing lists gathered during the previous projects, but due to GDPR, we couldn't use that. So, but that was good for us, because we wanted to test it. Okay, today, if we are starting trying to fill the bucket together, what it takes, well, it took a lot. But at the moment, we are sending out the newsletters to our end consumers, and they are very interested of all of our content. And you have had the possibility of sending out your campaign materials for us to submit into those newsletters. So we wanted to create a joint Arctic Europe interests database and engage these potential visitors, and of course then offer just a direct marketing through a newsletter, and then of course with meta ads. Then we also did digital touring routes. So the idea behind here is that there are more and more FITs traveling to the area, especially during the shoulder seasons. And what they want to do is that they want to rent a car. So what we did is that we made them suggested beautiful routes with storylines, with local culture enhanced. And we did a campaign over these, and I think the overall impressions we got was 6 million, and the reach was 3 million. So yes, very interested are those consumers of ours. We also thought of doing AI podcasts for these touring routes, but it was a little bit too artificial still for our taste and our liking. Also, we wanted to test if we could build an AI tool that would automatically, that we wouldn't say that, okay, go drive from Rovaniemi to Inari, and from there maybe go up to Kirkenes and do this stuff. But the people themselves could plan their route, and we could put your companies there and add local culture and storytelling. Do you know what? Andreas and his team, they did build this beta version of that. It exists, but still it was a little bit too heavy still on the project side. But I'm sure you're going to announce to us when this tool is ready, because that's basically a tool that you can put and insert into your own company's web pages to give your guests an extra value. Then a few words about Care for the Arctic and the Code of Conduct. We have already heard about the Code of Conduct in general as a tool for you, us internally. Then it's a big part in our brand marketing. But then also we wanted to do a little bit of different kind of testing with a different approach. This is not an AI video. This is made by Marika from Arctic Norway. We did these campaigns, so complementing the unlikely duo, to do a little bit A and B testing, which works. So we tried a little bit of a different approach, and Andreas was giving the numbers from the Arctic Mode campaign, and I have actually something from the Code of Conduct. This campaigning is still ongoing. But the numbers I have now is that the multi-platform, so we count the platforms together. At the moment, the joint reach is 2.5 million, and it's over 1 million through plays in Meta, and 2.2 million through plays in TikTok. So we are very happy about that, and do follow our socials if you don't already. So then we also built an AI assistant, so a chatbot. This is a chatbot. I know that a lot of companies and destinations, you have successfully built these already. And you probably also know the struggle with training the AI bot. Yes, it's not always that simple. So we had quite of an ambitious goal for ourselves. We wanted a bot that does not only know something about one company or one destination. We built a chatbot that knows about Arctic Europe as one destination. It took a lot of work. We also found out that we have a lot of things still to catch up for us to be AI ready within our own digital world. So it was a lot of manual work in today's world. But Aurora is serving you at thisisarctic.com. And we have just recently launched it. So feel free and go ask Aurora. And we are in the process of now learning what people are asking from Aurora so we can train it to be even better. It also has a custom scraper that our tech partner Tietotalo built for that. So when we have inserted all of you guys, all of you URLs there, if you update something on your web pages, our AI bot Aurora will know at midnight and will be updated on the data. Okay, it was pretty intense work and still ongoing, and happy to say that these campaigns and also the AI assistant lives on also beyond the project as well. But now I had a little bit of a cliffhanger in the beginning. I said I have something sweet to serve for you. I mentioned the 60 different platforms, didn't I? So I think that we really share the pain of, okay, how do we connect? How can we connect in the digital world? We're good at it, doing it live, but also in the digital world. Of this medication, not a cure, but a medication to our sore, we have our tech partner, Tietotalo Info Center here, and we'd like to together introduce AETC Destination Direct Search to you. What is this? This is basically a book now in one place, in one platform, for everything you guys sell and represent. Do I have your attention? Yes? Do I have your attention? Yeah? Let's welcome on stage Wim Pauwels from Tietotalo. Hello, Wim.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good. Nervous?
Don't be. So, yes, Wim has been working with our digital task force closely together with the AI assistant and chatbot, but also the destination direct search. So, Wim, shall we start simple? What are we actually doing here, and what have we built here?
We've built two things, which is the AI chatbot and destination direct search, with the idea of piloting this implementation and to kind of demonstrate what are the possibilities digitally for the whole area. Yeah.
And what do you say when thinking especially about the destination direct search? What is the key problem in Arctic tourism that we are really trying to solve with this?
The fragmentation of all the different kind of systems that you are using, so over 60. The fragmentation of all your services, so you have different kind of accommodations, activities, restaurant, transportations, and so on. Also the profitability in this case, then there is your discoverability, and then the reliance on classic OTAs.
Exactly. So a little bit like there are so many different booking platforms out there. There are OTA channels. Could you really underline what makes this destination direct search fundamentally different from those?
Destination direct search is a direct-to-supplier kind of model. What that means is that there is no actual bookings or transactions happening at the destination, but it eventually ends up with the supplier itself, meaning there is no commission. And at the end of the day, you will own your own data and your revenue, and that's something that everyone has the right to, instead of sending your data to the US, for example.
Joint platform, no commissions, you own the data. Pretty sweet. Okay, let's think of it this way. Without going too technical, how does this actually work behind the scenes? We have actually put this one up for you guys here to see.
Yes, so via API, so those are custom connections, we kind of connect all your platforms into one kind of search widget. And what that integration does is that it gets your product data, availability and prices according to search criteria of the website visitor. So if someone is looking for the 25th of December and there is no availability, then those suppliers are not going to show on there. So it will take that actual availability and the correct prices for those dates with it.
Yes. So we have to shed some light to this as well. What was the most challenging part in building something like this across the 3 different countries?
The complexity of it, as well on how the 3 different countries are kind of selling a bit differently, the different platforms, and as well as the API in general. So there's no standardization of API, so those are search parameters, meaning it's not always that easy or out of the box to just get that data. In this case, we had to make compromises, and with some integration, there is not even the possibility for live availability. So those are the challenges, let's say.
Yes, and you have been very good and kind when we were asking about your channel managers. This is what it was for. So we needed to identify the channel managers that was mostly in use in the Arctic Europe area. So we weren't able to build all of the channel managers and all of the integrations. But I think we're going to talk about the future as well a little bit, because if we take all of this further, what is the real potential of this experiment and this solution for Arctic Europe? In your opinion, are we just looking at another tool, or maybe a completely new way of selling our joint destination together?
As a destination, a DMO, let it be local DMO, or in this case, the whole AETC project, you have to support your local suppliers. And with something like Destination Direct Search, you can actually show all those suppliers, all their services in one place. So you are going to boost your destination and the local partners, which is something which is more and more important these days.
Exactly. But your company, Tietotalo, has already implemented Destination Direct Search to particular destinations here in Finland. It was Ylläs and Vuokatti and Ruka-Kuusamo. Would you have some results from them when we're talking about one very particular destination you could maybe share with us?
Yes, we got some really good results from Vuokatti. Vuokatti is a skiing destination a bit more south. And it was very impressive. I will show some visitors, but also money-wise, because money talks, and that's what it's all about these days. So I got some data from January to August 2025. And over 46,000 searches have been made on the Destination Direct Search page. 21,000 users have actually pressed the Book Now button on any of the services that were displaying there. And the average active time spent, so that excludes the loading and the searching of those services, was almost 4 minutes. So that's quite good. And now we kind of have to do an estimation. If we say if 10% of those 21,000 Book Nows actually created a sale, And if we think that the average value of one sale is 300 euros, that's still pretty conservative, then we are talking about a revenue of 630,000 euros that went through this solution instead of going through an OTA, which is, let's say, outside of Europe, where your money goes away and your data goes away. And if we then think about that, the average commission fee is 15% of an OTA, those have been savings of 95,000 euros that stays with the local partners. And there's nothing wrong with asking a commission or affiliate linking as a destination, because even if a destination, a DMO, asks that commission, that money goes back to you into the destination, and you have to cooperate. And that's also something which is this whole project about. You can't do it alone. You need to cooperate together. And I think that's something that we've seen throughout the whole seminar, is the collaboration, the cooperation.
Exactly. For me, it sounds like a very sweet deal that the end travelers, your customers, your guests, can go to one place and look at the whole area in general, whether if it's accommodation or activities, and they can book there, but it swims into your very own system. So there's nothing in between. So you get the data, which is very important in today's world, that you have the data. Should we see how it works?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, here we go. Okay, you can talk us through maybe?
We can see the destination direct search returning back results according to those dates. So now it shows all the accommodations, activities. So if we now open Arctic Snow Hotel, it shows a description. I want to book that, and I'm ending up directly from Arctic Snow Hotel, meaning that if I now book, everything stays with them. And it takes all the data and search parameters from here with it. So it's not that it ends up to some random date. So it is according to those dates selected. So now I can filter on only activities. We can filter by country. There's a few more filters coming as well. So here we see in Norway, I think this is from XX Lofoten. So we end up directly on their page and we can book and continue.
Really nice. How does it look? Maybe a round of applause, look. We're still, Wim has tirelessly been in contact with the channel managers all over the world to build, and to his team, his developer team, to build these integrations. And we're still missing some IDs and a little something there.
Yeah, so if you get a phone call from me or an email, it's not a scam, it's real. Although I'm asking for a security key from you guys, which doesn't help the fact that I'm not a scammer. It is for this. So there are a few that we have contacted and we have not received a reply yet. So it's about this. So we need that security key to connect through your API or to make an API connection with your system.
Since we had to be a little bit selective with the channel managers within the project and we weren't able to build everything, so no worries. If your used and preferred channel manager or sales platform is not within the integration, we're going to build a product card module. So all of the AETC companies will appear on this search. And actually, I could go from there. What needs to happen next for this really, truly to scale and succeed?
There's a few things. For example, which was with the challenges as well, is the data. If data isn't there, it cannot read it. And it needs to be structured, your data. What we see these days is that I have data, doesn't look good, I have AI, and it will fix it. But it doesn't work like that. For many reasons, your data needs to be in order. There is that. And then the collaboration. We see as well that the travelers, they are changing. I think we've seen it now in Rovaniemi really hard this winter. It's December. Where are the tourists? They're all over the destinations because it's not anymore just Rovaniemi, it's not anymore just Finnish Lapland, it's the north. So this collaboration is important for the future, and be agile, be ready that everything changes, technology changes, your customers changes, how the way you operate changes. So you need to be able to go with it.
Exactly. Well, that's well said. Well, I have to repeat this once more, that we are stronger together. And I think that just a few minutes later, we will see some more ideas on how the cross-border work will continue. Thank you, Wim. Thank you on my behalf as well. I believe we have a dedicated question and answer session after the next speech. So feel free to ask us then, or then we can chat around dinner. Thank you on my behalf.
Thank you, Marika and Wim. And actually, very briefly, we can take 1 or 2 questions at this point, if they are on the top of your mind. Something you would like to ask, either regarding the latest presentation or the previous one by Johanna and Andreas. I see one hand there. You're the lucky winner of the draw, getting the microphone. There's Kirsi, if I see correctly.
From Visit Levi, just one question came to my mind related to this new booking system. So how, there were filters countries like Finland, Sweden, and Norway, but how about if our guest is booking accommodation from Levi, for example, and then they are also booking activity, but they can't maybe see where they are booking, taking the activity, so that they realize that they are taking it from the same area?
We can add that inside the product card, for example, like a tag that in which city or village it is. So this is also now to kind of pilot and demonstrate what is possible, because usually we do it for a local DMO that you know that I'm in that area. But now we're talking about 3 different countries, many different regions, and even more different cities or towns. So, but that's also the good thing on the solutions that we make, is that they are able to scale and to be adjustable. It's not something key in the hand and that's it. So.
Okay, really good.
Yes, thank you. So please keep your eyes also on This is Arctic. That's where a lot of the content that was presented here is already and will come up as well. And go and test the chatbot, Aurora. It's fun to see, but also good to test and give us feedback if there is something that should be taught to Aurora.
Yes.
Thank you. I think I direct the rest of the questions towards the evening and dinner and after the event.